Hey, what's going on, guys? The Beldam is back for a brand new video. And this is going to be my updated review ranking of this guy's franchise. So, I'm gonna be honest, if you remember, I did do a ranking for the Halloween franchise, I think about a year or so ago, but I deleted that video, so I just figured, and with Halloween Kills just come out, I kind of want to do a refresher and do like a re-review of the series and rank them how I see fit. And this is just my opinion, so whether you disagree or agree is entirely up to you, but I'm just sharing what I feel about it. And yeah, I just want to... I know a lot of people have done rankings. A lot of people have done rankings for this franchise, but what inspired me to do this video now is I just watched my friend Brad, Bronco Juggler's review, and it's like, I kind of felt inspired to do my own review and see what he and what all of you think of it. So, yeah. I wrote the movies down so I don't forget what order I placed them in. But I got my Halloween box set right here. The movies are all taken out because I put them in the order. But yeah. Okay. So again, this is just my opinion. So we got 12 movies so far that were released, and we're going to go through them. So this is going to be a very controversial one, but coming in at dead last is Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers. I know some of you are probably screaming in the comments right now because I know a lot of you, I have friends who love this movie. And if you're curious about, because obviously there's two cuts of this film. And if you were to ask me which cut I prefer, I can't really tell you, because I'm not a fan of this film. I'm going to be honest. I don't like this movie. Depending on which cut I watch, I just don't like some of the plot details and the elements that they went with, and how they kind of told how Michael Myers is the way he is, his personification of evil, how it's all described and stuff. I'm not a fan of this movie. I'm sorry. That's why it's in last place. I guess the lighting and stuff in this movie, the actual it does have a Halloween feel to it, but the lighting and stuff is really kind of interesting, and Michael is I guess pretty good in this movie. I'm not a fan of the way it's presented. I'm sorry, but yeah, this is why it's in last place. The Curse of Michael Myers, just not my cup of tea. Okay. Now, coming in at number 11 is Halloween H2O. The reason this one is a razor's edge above Halloween 6 is because, in my opinion, this one, as bad as it is, and yeah, I do think this is a bad movie. It's for very reasons different from Halloween 6. I know a lot of people love this movie because of nostalgia, and I have the one coming after this. I will say it is because of nostalgia. It was the first Halloween movie that I watched growing up, so I guess it's that factor. But this one, there's some good and some bad in it. I I don't know. It looks very it looks very dull in my opinion. It looks very dull. But and then it hardly takes place on Halloween at all. But and it just feels very it's not very melodramatic. I think the best stuff in this movie is with Jamie Lee Curtis and her her confrontation with Michael and her going through the fear of him. I like that aspect, even if she's pulling her son John down with her into this whirlwind of just fear. And whether it's done better here or in 2018 is a matter of perspective. I like that aspect. Oh my god, and the one thing that really drags this movie down for me is the personification of Michael himself. Nothing against Chris, the actor who plays Michael in this movie. I have nothing against the actor at all. I don't like the way they made Michael in this movie, especially God, the masks. Yes, plural, the masks. I don't like the mask at all in this movie. They made the eye holes too fucking big, and he's just walking around the whole blackest eyes thing is just gone in this movie, and I don't like that. Michael looks so fucking silly in this film. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this one. But I can watch this one above Halloween 6. I can get through it just fine. But I'm not a fan. Okay. Now, a lot of people are going to be upset about this one. But I'm putting Halloween Resurrection above H2O. Now, this is the movie that a lot of fans will disagree on or agree that it is the worst of the franchise. This film is my H2O. This film is just nostalgic for me because this is the film that got me into the franchise. Yeah, I'm completely serious. It's the film that got me into the franchise. And I think there is some good elements to this movie. Yes, the scene where Busta Rhymes is making fun of Michael I will state that is a dumb scene. And when he's doing like karate moves on him, I don't know. But I like this movie a little more than H2O because, well, I think the concept for what it was at the time is pretty interesting. It's a fun movie to kill time with, and yeah, it's just I don't think it's. And again, this is just nostalgia speaking. I don't think it's as bad as people say it is. It just goes in some places that people didn't want the Halloween story to go, especially after what they consider the definitive ending of H2O. And the fact that this movie retcons that, and it kills off the lead, Laurie Strode. Yeah, I definitely can see how that can be very, very sore to those who love this franchise. I do like Halloween as a franchise, I really do. But yeah, this is just a really fun one for me to watch. And I prefer the Michael in this movie or the one in H2O. I think he did a better job. The mask is a lot better, at least. And there's some pretty cool kills in this movie. But yeah, I enjoyed this one. So that's number 10. Number 5 is Halloween. Wait, number 5, I'm sorry. Number 9 is Halloween 5. First time I saw this movie, I didn't like it. Point blank. I did not like this movie at all. I gave it 1 star, but after letting some time sit, I went back and I rewatched this movie, and I really like it now. I don't know what's changed. I don't know what changed about it, but I decided to just give it another chance, and I really enjoyed this movie now. Yes, the way they changed the Myers house appearance-wise was pretty weird. It looks nothing like the Myers house, and I am actually one of the people who likes Tina in this movie. A lot of people don't like Tina. I like Tina. Yeah, I think this is a pretty... what makes this film soar, though, is Halloween 4 ended on a really, really good cliffhanger. And this film, the fact that this film kind of, like, does away with that and just, like, I can kind of see, like, why it would piss people off, and I wasn't a fan of what they did with it. Oh my god, and this is just a personal nitpick, but I think the worst part of this movie, for me at least, is the 2 bumbling comedic relief cops. When they're first introduced, they have this goofy carnival music, this all the freaking bells and whistles, like, this is a Halloween movie, right? But they have, like, this silly comedic music when they're ever on screen. I'm not a huge fan of them. I think they're fine, but they make me laugh. But it just seems kind of out of place to have, like, this super serious killer, and then you have this freaking carnival duo over here, just like the bump 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 bump. And I'm not talking about Tina's bump ba bump ba bump ba thing. Oh god, I'm gonna start talking. So yeah, it's just another viewing. Really like this movie, and that's why it's at number 9. Okay, number 8 is going to Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Yeah. I like the Rob Zombie remakes. I really do. This one goes with a more original concept than the first film, which was a half prequel, half origin story, and half remake of the Carpenter film. I think it does some interesting stuff. I think this film does some interesting stuff. The white horse thing doesn't bother me at all. It's not like an issue I have with. I don't really mind, like, the hobo Myers look when he isn't wearing his mask. Because, well, I saw a review where they questioned, well, I know Michael Myers wears his mask year round, or at least we see it on Halloween, but what's he doing the rest of the year? So, in that aspect, Michael not wearing his mask is actually, well, not a creative choice, but it's a more realistic approach to the character. It's like when he puts on the mask, you know he's about to do some fucking killing. And this film just kind of gives a more realistic of what it is. This film gives a more realistic approach to Myers, and I really like that. I don't like when he screams "die" though. I think that's so. I do agree that is the stupidest moment in the movie. I do love Brad Dourif in this movie though. I think he is fantastic. And the scene where Annie is killed by Michael again, and he's just breaking down over his daughter's dead body. It's just, it really hits you. It hits you in the feels. Brad Dourif really is fantastic in this movie. In fact, if the Oscars didn't like look down upon horror, if they embraced it, he should have got like some kind of award for his performance in this movie, because he is phenomenal. So, yeah, number 8 is Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Number 7 is going to Rob Zombie's Halloween. This was the first Halloween movie I saw in the theater. Back in 2007, I was 15, I believe, when I saw this with my cousin and her boyfriend at the time. And I love this movie. I love how Michael is an absolute beast in this movie. And just everything about it. Even like I think Ronnie is one of the funniest characters to come out of this franchise. He is so many people are going to disagree where this falls on my ranking, but yeah, I love this movie. I have a full-size poster on my wall of it. I think this movie is like, I think it looks really good. It definitely captures that Halloween feel. They always talk. God, they always talk. Go. I wish they would just go to bed already when I'm doing these videos. God. So annoying. Yeah, so this is a different Halloween, guys. This is a different kind of Halloween. This is a different Michael Myers. And when people, I know it's definitely clarified as a remake, but when people compare it to John Carpenter's film, it kind of annoys me, because this is a different entity in its own. And I really like that. There's a lot I love about this movie. And that's why it's at number 7. What's next? Okay. Number 6. I don't have the physical copy with me, because it hasn't been released on physical media yet. But number 6 is going to the recent Halloween Kills. This movie, in my opinion, was awesome. It did not disappoint. The story, it's a middle chapter, so some stuff happens, obviously, and what does happen is, like, the stuff that it does in this movie is, I was really enthralled by it. The kills were vicious. I really liked the story, and I really liked some of the characters that they, like the original characters they brought back from the originals. It was just an all-round, I think it was a great movie. And the ending it was left on such a huge, huge cliffhanger. And I cannot wait for Halloween Ends. We all know that, and we all know, for those who have seen this movie, that Michael and Laurie don't do their confrontation in this movie, but you better believe that they are going to save that for Halloween Ends. And one, if not both of them, are going to die. My bet is that Laurie is going to die. And that's my bet. And this ending, the ending of this movie, I thought they were actually going to kill Michael off. I really did think they were going to kill him off. But as Tommy Doyle said in the original, you can't kill the boogeyman. So that's number 6. Number 5 is going to 2018's Halloween. This film was after after 2009's Halloween 2, the fact that we got a new Halloween that was going to be a sequel to the original was such a big surprise. We were all pumped for it, and I saw this movie in the theater with my friends, and I had a great time with it. I love this version of Michael. I love James Jude Courtney's portrayal of the Shape. I think he is brilliant. And I think they took a little bit of the viciousness and brutality from Rob Zombie's Myers and put it in this one, because he is, we've all seen, he is fucking brutal in this movie. And in Halloween Kills. My god, this is the most brutal we've probably ever seen Myers. He is not joking around. He's a beast in this one. And The Mask is definitively the best one. Probably, it is the best one since Rob Zombie's version. It's so good. I'm going to try to get, and I love The Mask so much that from the Halloween Kills, I love the burned look, that I'm going to try to get a rehauled version of it and the burned jumpsuit, because I just love the image so much. It's so fucking cool. True, there is some stuff in this movie that I don't really like. I don't like the out of place humor in it, in certain scenes. It just kind of feels I don't like the out of place humor. It's just out of place, it's more misplaced humor. And when you have like this super serious scene and then somebody's making jokes, it feels like a Marvel movie almost. They don't know where to put your jokes, guys. Come on, know where to put your humor and where to have a serious scene. It's not that hard. Just please stop. But yeah, I really fucking love this big sequel. I think it's great, and I'm so looking forward to Halloween Ends. All right, and number 4 is going to Halloween 4. This is a great sequel. This is probably, I would call this Halloween a comfort Halloween movie. It's so, even when you have like Michael Myers like doing the shit he does in this movie, it has like a fucking really cozy feel to it. It's strange to hear that, but this film it feels like the coziest Halloween movie. It's so, like, if it were not for Michael Myers in this movie, I want to live in this movie. I just love the coziness of it. I don't know what else to say about it. I just love the cozy feel of this movie. Yeah, their ending was great. This is my favorite performance of Loomis ever in any of these movies. This is my personal favorite. Especially the scene where he's trying to get a ride to Haddonfield so he can stop Michael. And he gets those teens, those mean teens. They pull over thinking that they're gonna give him a ride, and he has this big smile on his face, and he's running over to them, and then they speed off and leave him in the dust, and they're just like, you assholes. And then the Reverend, I think Reverend Kane is his name. He pulls up and he gives him a ride, and they just have this conversation, and you see the first time you see Loomis smiling. And it's just a warm smile because you know what he's going to find. You know what he's up against. And that moment, it was so charming and warm. I love this movie. I love the warmness of this movie. I love the warmness of this scene. So yeah, that's number 4, is Halloween 4. Alright. Top 3, and this shouldn't be surprised to anyone, since I've been saving these. But I'm going to go through them quickly. Number 3 is going to Season of the Witch. Yes, I'm calling it Season of the Witch. I'm not calling it Halloween 3. I love this movie for what it is. If you take it out of the Halloween franchise, some people won't like it. I really like it. It's definitely the most original story of the whole franchise. And, come on. It has Tom Atkins in this. And Tom Atkins is probably one of the best people to have in a movie. It's a really silly, weird, strange, fun movie. And take it out of the Halloween franchise and just watch it as its own thing. It's really, really entertaining. Alright, so number 2 is going to the original Halloween 2. I wasn't sure how I felt about this movie when I first saw it. I thought it was I thought it had a slower pace than the first one. But much like Halloween 4, this one also kind of has a weirdly cozy charm to it. I don't know, what do you call it? The night shift hospital staff or whatever, when the hospital is empty at night. And it has a really eerie feel to it. I think hospitals in general are creepy places. They just have these lonely hallways, and then Michael is just walking around killing people. I don't know. I do still have some criticisms with that. I do still think it has a slower pace, but it's just it just feels very cozy, much like Halloween 4. And yeah, it's just I just like it for what it. I like it. I think it is a great companion to the first Halloween. Even though, if you look at the current timeline wise, this one doesn't fit into that new timeline they're creating, but I still watch this one just fine. I really like it. And to absolutely nobody's surprise, is number 1 is the original John Carpenter's Halloween. And just like the back says, we can see that. It says right there, the one that started it all. That's true. This is the original. This is the classic. I don't know what else I could say about this movie that hasn't already been said. but this is probably the definitively best one of the franchise. Just really, I just love it. Hang on a minute, I'm gonna get something real quick. Sorry. And I love this movie so much. I got the limited edition. This one has the TV. This one has the TV scenes from the TV cut inserted into the theatrical cut. Is what I believe. And when you watch it that way, I mean, I'm gonna watch it sometime this month before Halloween is over. It feels like the truly definitive cut. And I'm excited to watch it because, well, there's not really I could say about it. Just a little pitch right there. Look at Donald Pleasance and Nancy Loomis. You know they look like they're having a blast with making this movie. This movie must have been so much fun to make. And it really deserves its iconic status. Because it is truly a great film. I still say that Psycho, Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho, is the original slasher film. And there's a reason this movie has like a lot of callbacks to that movie. But in its own, this movie is still a masterpiece. Is it talked about a little too much? Yes. I've always said before, I made a mistake. I called this movie overhyped. And well, it does get talked about a little too much. It is truly it's a great film to discuss because there's so many different variations of it you could talk about. So many ways you could look at it. Look at the character of Michael Myers. He is one of the most interesting slashers. He's not my personal favorite, but I do like him for the topics and stuff we could discuss about him. So, yeah, that's my ranking for the Halloween franchise. Whether divisive or not, let me know in the comments what you think of it. And thank you guys for watching this video. I will see you next week for Chucky episode 3. And just a reminder, I did post about this on my made a video about this, that I will be doing a live stream on Halloween watching the Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark movie adaptation while making my costume for it. I'm just reminding you guys in case you want to tune in, it's going to be at 3 p.m. So, thank you guys for watching. I really, really do appreciate it, and I will see you soon with a new video.